Not that long ago, Ivanka Trump's name was a fixture in major department stores. Her fashion brand, which started with jewelry and expanded into clothing, shoes, and handbags, seemed to be on an unstoppable rise. In the year before its collapse, wholesale revenue had even surged 61% to $47.3 million. But just 2 years later, the entire operation was gone. In July 2018, Ivanka Trump announced she was shutting down her company. The official reason? To focus on her new role as a senior advisor in the White House. But that's hardly the full picture. So what really happened? The brand's demise was a dramatic spiral of political blowback, consumer boycotts, and a series of damaging ethical scandals that brought the company to its knees. The trouble arguably began the moment Donald J. Trump announced his run for president in June 2015. As Ivanka stepped into the political spotlight as a key surrogate for her father's campaign, her brand became tangled up in his increasingly divisive politics. But the real tipping point came in October 2016, right after the infamous Access Hollywood tape was released. In response, a marketing strategist named Shannon Coulter started a social media campaign called #GrabYourWallet. It was a call to boycott any retailer selling Trump family products. What began as a simple hashtag quickly exploded into a massive movement, putting immense pressure on the brand's biggest partners. And that pressure worked. In February 2017, the first big domino fell. Nordstrom, a key retail partner, announced it was dropping the brand. The company was careful to state the decision was based purely on performance, not politics. But internal data reportedly showed that sales of Ivanka's line had already plunged. Soon, a flood of other major retailers followed. Neiman Marcus, Jet.com, and eventually Hudson's Bay in Canada all pulled the plug, pointing to poor sales. But the brand's problems weren't just about politics and boycotts. A string of self-inflicted wounds began to raise serious questions about the company's ethics. Despite her father's "Buy American, Hire American" slogan, Ivanka's company produced almost all of its goods in foreign factories. Watchdog groups released reports detailing grim conditions in factories in China and Indonesia that made her products. One audit of a Chinese factory that supplied her brand's manufacturer found dozens of violations of international labor standards, with workers earning wages at or below the legal minimum for working nearly 60-hour weeks. Then there were the conflicts of interest. As a senior White House advisor, Ivanka's business dealings came under a microscope. Eyebrows shot up when her company started winning valuable trademarks from foreign governments, especially China. In one instance, her brand received provisional approval for 3 new trademarks from the Chinese government on the very same day she had dinner with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Ethics watchdogs repeatedly raised concerns that her official government role could be improperly benefiting her personal financial interests. By July 2018, the brand was caught in a perfect storm of political toxicity, plummeting sales, and ethical controversies. That month, the official announcement came. The Ivanka Trump fashion brand was shutting down for good. In her statement, Ivanka said, "I do not know when or if I will ever return to the business, but I do know that my focus for the foreseeable future will be the work I am doing here in Washington." While she officially stepped away, financial disclosures showed she was still earning income from a trust that held the brand's intellectual property. The shutdown wasn't just a simple career change, it was the unavoidable end for a brand that couldn't escape the shadow of its political ties and controversial practices. What started as a promising fashion line ended as a cautionary tale of what happens when business and politics collide. What do you think was the biggest factor in the brand's collapse? Was it the boycotts, the politics, or the ethical issues? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video informative, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the stories making headlines. From department store powerhouse to a complete shutdown, the story of the Ivanka Trump brand is a lesson in modern business. It shows that in today's world, a brand is more than what it sells, it's also what it represents. In the end, a combination of public backlash, sinking sales, and a mountain of ethical questions brought the once thriving brand to a quiet and unceremonious end.